because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Conah Walker joins me here in Bolton, mate. Thank you very much for giving me some of your time. How are we?
All good, Oscar, but yourself?
I'm good, mate, I'm good. I'm going to copy what Aki said. I said you're looking nice and bronze. I know obviously you've done the training camp abroad, which I would say makes me jealous, but then I know you'd be putting the graft in, which obviously doesn't make me jealous. So how was your time abroad?
It's good. It was good, man. It's good to split the camp up and have a bit of sun, because obviously, like you know, there's no sun around here. But no, it was good. It was a good week. We trained hard. It was like 3 times a day, every day, solid. So we mixed it up. Went down the beach, and obviously the sand training. It's not the easiest. But no, it was good. I enjoyed it. But it's good to be back and get this fight out of the way.
Obviously all in preparation for Friday night. But before we talk about Friday, I want to take it back to the English title defeat to Sam Antwi. Obviously that was kind of the biggest step up of your career so far. A big platform, a big show in Cardiff. I just want to know how you kind of reflect on that night and reflect on your first professional defeat, because obviously everyone takes it very differently. I've spoke to fighters who say some it ruins them, some kind of gets a weight off the shoulders. So just kind of how you took that whole fight and week.
Yeah, so obviously I took a lot from the fight. That's the sort of spin I took on it. I lost, but in my own eyes, it could have gone sort of. I'm not going to say I won the fight hands down, because I'm not going to be the person that goes, should have won, should have got the call. But I think it could have gone either way. It's what the judges preferred on the night, and that's the decision that went. But what I will say is it made a hell of a difference to the way I train, how I approach fights, and moving forward. I've took so much away from it to put into a bettering myself. And I think the defeat, like you say, I think it's definitely give me a kick up the bum. And like you say, I've done a bit more. I've got myself down to the weight below, which gives me that bit more of advantage. So I'm going to give myself a shot at super lightweight, and I think I'll be a real danger man.
Yeah, I want to talk about kind of that move and how you would put that into practice. Obviously, you would have done a lot of training camps. I know the one for the fight with Samuel would have been your biggest to date. Of course, you got this, but how does it vary when you're down at a weight? Is it as simple as less food, more vigorous training? Like, how does it kind of vary to when you obviously were doing a camp for welterweight?
What it come down to is I was making the welterweight pretty easy. There was no struggle, and I think if you're not struggling to make weight, you're at the wrong weight. And my coaches and people around me have always said I should be down at super lightweight. They've been on about it for years and whatnot, and I've just brushed it off. And so I'm just happy to sort of make the welter and fight in a sense, the bigger lads, because I'm always going to be the smaller one in the welterweight division because of my height. And I'm bulky, whatever, but like these kids are tall, they're rangy, they've got the long arms. I mean, I'm working twice as hard as them. Do you know what I mean? So give me someone my own size, my own weight, my own stature. I think things are going to be a lot different.
Well, you've got a man on Friday night, who's been about a little bit, fought some good guys, been on a couple of big shows himself. So I don't know, is this kind of a good yardstick? I know you'll have dreams beyond this and you want titles and you want bigger fights, but is this kind of a good yardstick down at super light to just kind of settle yourself and be like, this is kind of where I am now?
Listen, this kid's good, Kane. I've shared around the ring with Kane many times, sparring. Yeah, so we know each other. We, go as far as to say, we're boxing friends. He's not a bad lad. I ain't got a bad word to say about him, and I know how good he is. He's not someone I can look past and think about my next move. I need to focus on him and him only. And it has my soul. I've been solely focused on him, and that. So I'm not looking past him. I know how much of a good fighter he is. So he's the only thing that I'm thinking about as yet. Get through him, and then we're looking anyone in the top 10 for bigger and better things.
Yeah, we'll talk about that afterwards. Just kind of on the fight, what sort of fight are you expecting from Kane?
I think he will go on the run. I think if he does stand and fight with me, he's in for an early night. But that said, and I don't know, because the last couple of fights he's stood strong and having off with these kids. So whether he does with me or not, that's another question. I can only find out on the night. I've trained for whatever he brings, and I'm ready for whatever he brings. We've done a lot of research on him. We've got a game plan, and we're just going to stick to our game plan, and that's that.
Obviously, from our perspective, I just hope punches are thrown and you two stand in the middle and trade it off, but we don't always get what we want. Obviously, you're talking about after and you want kind of big names, top 15, top 10. Is the aim at the end of 2023 to be sitting there with at least a title, be it in English, be it a British, be it an Intercontinental, just have some form of strap around your waist that can get you things you want?
Exactly that. So this is why we've picked someone like, that Wasserman signed me back in the last year. The first name they give me, I accepted, and they give me Kane, and I mean, a lot of the lads that he'll say himself have ducked him, have just tried to go past him, because I know he can be he's a good kid and can be a banana skin, but I'm not in this game to go around fighters. He's a good test for me for where I'm at in my career, and if I can't get past him, I shouldn't be fighting for titles in my own head. Do you know what I mean? So beating someone like him prepares me for the bigger fights down the line, 100%. And it puts me in that. I think he's 12. I think he's 12, and I'm 13 in the rankings now. That much closer to the bigger names.
Yeah. Any bigger name in specifics that you want? Anyone that you kind of look at and think that's an entertaining fight from my perspective, or just someone you think I'm better than and they're up there and I'm not? Just kind of any names that kind of are in the back of your mind?
Any, mate. I'll be honest with you. Any they put towards me that makes sense. People want to see. Like anyone. That's my opinion. I'm happy to fight anyone. Whether it's number 1, number 5, number 10. Just no one behind me. I want to go forward now. Big year for me, and yeah, that's the be all and end all for me.
Refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,